Centaur, your kind of company.
Tonight on CTV3 News, 2 persons allegedly of Belizean nationality detained in Cozumel, Mexico for corruption of minors. 14 students from CJC recognized by the People's Constitution Commission. Polido and lottery draw coming soon, says PM Briceño. And we will tell you about a scholarship fund created to assist persons with diverse abilities. These are some of the stories we have for you tonight in our newscast for Tuesday, October 3rd, 2023.
That'll be $50. Thank you. Wait, hey, this 50 is a fake.
How do you know it's a fake?
What are you talking about, sir? How can I identify a genuine note from a fake note?
Well, a genuine 50 has a watermark with the jaguar and the written words of the 50, also a thread.
Know your money and know a fake one when you see it. Do not rely on any one security feature. Look for the clarity and quality of printing. The printed lines and colors should be sharp and clear. Feel the quality of the paper and the raised print. Hold the note up to the light to see the windowed security thread. It should form one complete line when held up to the light. The watermark and denominational electrotype. The jaguar is the watermark in the $100 and $50 notes. The sleeping giant is the watermark in the $20, $10, $5, and $2 notes. The see-through feature. The parts of the design printed on the back should fit exactly within the unprinted areas of the front to form the complete design. Check the $100 note for the toucan hologram with the periwinkle flower overprint. Tilt it to see the small images of the toucan and the numeral 100. Check the $50 note for the green foil angelfish. Check even closer. Use an ultraviolet light to see the fluorescent features. Use a magnifier to see the microlettering. Tiny letters that read Central Bank of Belize and the value of the note. Stop the circulation of counterfeit Belize currency notes. Pass all counterfeits to the police at once. It is a criminal offense to hold or use a counterfeit. Be safe. Be sure. Know your money.
Movies are dreams. That you never forget.
The lights change how everything looks. It's hard to find our house.
Ours is the dark house with no lights.
In this family, it's the scientists versus the artists.
What kind of movie are we gonna make?
You stop making movies, it'll break your mother's heart.
I don't know what to do anymore.
You do what your heart says you have to. What was your favorite part?
evening with your news, also simulcast on Fiesta FM 106.7. I am Joanna Rodriguez. 2 persons allegedly of Belizean nationality have been detained by authorities in Cozumel, Mexico, after an alleged network of corruption of minors was discovered and led to the arrest of the 2 men believed to be Belizeans. The men were detained inside a home where 5 minors were rescued. Here is the report aired by online media Milenio.
Una presunta red de corrupción de menores quedó al descubierto con la detención de 2 sujetos de nacionalidad beliceña en el municipio de Cozumel en un domicilio donde fueron rescatados 5 menores. El caso trascendió cuando padres de unos jóvenes desaparecidos se dieron a la tarea de buscarlos y lograron ubicarlos. Hoy la Fiscalía General del Estado se pronunció sobre este caso, donde informó que se inició una carpeta de investigación por la probable comisión del delito de corrupción de menores en el municipio de Cozumel, tras la detención de 2 personas identificadas como Cristian N. y Reinaldo N., ambos, como le decíamos, de nacionalidad beliceña.
As mentioned in the report, the 2 men have been identified only as Christian N. and Reinaldo N. Currently, through the People's Constitution Commission, the Brazilian administration is focused on bringing changes to the Constitution, that is, if Belizeans find it necessary. With a focus on transparency, inclusivity, and engagement, the PCC has embarked on a consultation process which involves schools, various stakeholders, and the general public across the country. The aim: to understand what changes the Belizean public wishes to see in the Constitution. Forming part of the process is the Corozal Junior College, who engaged its students in a debate 1 month ago, and today the PCC was present at the institution to recognize the 14 students who took part in the discussion.
The main focus of today's event was to honor the 14 students from the Corozal Junior College who participated in a roundtable discussion on constitutional topics. And that was not easy. They had to do a lot of research, preparation, and first of all, for young people to get engaged in a boring document like a constitution speaks volumes to the way they were mentored. And so we didn't just want to issue certificates. We wanted to put some passion and some love of appreciation for this effort. So under the brainchild of zone leader Ruth Schumann and her team, we decided to do this with a bang. And so we're here in Corozal to honor these 14 students, one, and the team that led them. But secondly, we also took the opportunity of having 250 other students and their teachers in a captive audience, and to be able to use that opportunity to drive in an open-ended survey question asking them to write in their own words, what are 3 issues of their concern as they see in their community, their environment, and their country. And so that's why we're here, and we accomplished all 2.
How that factors into the work that you must carry out as a commission, because these answers represent a slice of the young people population in Corozal.
It's very important. And why? Because the statistics tell us that since 1981, 200,000 young Belizeans 42 years and younger are now as part of the Belizean society. And so they represent 62% of the population. So we want to hear from them, because what that voice does in the form of that written response, it helps us to drive our education and consultation campaign. For example, some of the other surveys were showing, the online surveys, that Belizeans are more concerned with judicial issues, human rights, and accountability. These open-ended surveys are rich because they really drive home to what the Belizean is truly thinking. They're not following responsive suggestions, click, click, click. This is tick, tick, tick. What is in their minds? And so we use this information to help us narrow where we're to focus to reach to the minds of the young people.
But more so than recognition, the chair of the PCC, Anthony Echanona, says it is imperative that everyone is involved in this process even though you may or may not have an opportunity to sit in one of the consultations.
The target of the consultations are the registered voters. Preliminary, because in a referendum, it is only those persons who can vote. So if they're going to go to the polls in a referendum and they don't have any knowledge of what they're going to be voting for, then why would they go? But that should not exclude all other persons. We have had some surveys from 13 years and up, the rights of the child. And so there was a little mixed match with saying only 18, and I'm glad Ms. Schumann caught it to say that we want to hear from everybody. They are citizens. And in 5 years, they are going to be fully fledged voting Belizeans. So why exclude their voices out? We are not going to have that as a barrier to hearing the voice of the young people. They're the majority. We teamed up with Digi and SMART and the Statistical Institute of Belize, and we had their IT people put together a link. That link is now launched by SMS Blast as of the 29th of September. And that link hopefully will reach 400,000 subscribers, 406,000 subscribers. We're asking Belizeans who get the blast to open it. It will probably take 5 to 10 minutes of their time, a little bit of their movie time data. But we're asking them to invest this data, this time, in their country, in this process. And that is one way we're inviting them. We're also having a link in Spanish para las personas que solo hablan español, para que ellos pueden participar también y no solo la idioma inglés. Entonces queremos oír de toda la gente de Belice sobre este proceso que es muy importante, sobre la Constitución de Belice, el rule book, cómo vamos a jugar nuestra democracia.
And so far, the consultations have proven that Belizeans know exactly what changes they want in a reformed constitution.
Some of the things that really stand out is that many Belizeans, first of all, one of the primary things, they don't want the supremacy of God clause to be removed out of their constitution. They're very passionate about that. They want to keep that in. They also want to see penalties for elected officials who breach their oath of office. They really fed up. I would use that word to describe the theme that we've heard, that people have roughshod their oath of office and not been held accountable. And so they want a greater check and balance and accountability. And I would say the third one that we've seen very importantly is their fundamental rights to be protected and to be expanded. For example, there was a teacher in San Pedro whose child took the time to go to the Stella Maris to learn a trade and to be a complete citizen with her disabilities, her challenges. But yet, the discrimination that she does not value a job and being marginalized. That constitutional right to work, the right to work, needs to be a constitutional right that takes into consideration all persons, not leaving anyone behind. And then, of course, the issues of education and other areas that need to be the mentally challenged. All these things have come out, and now we're going to be putting them together, and we'll be releasing to the citizens all these issues that we've heard. And next year, we then begin to consult. How do we take these issues that they have told us are their concerns, and with constitutional experts, find a way to put that in as a recommendation to the report, the final report, which is due in May.
Once the Commission has completed its process, a report will be handed over to the Prime Minister of Belize. Thereafter, the recommended changes will be taken to a referendum where the entire electoral population of Belize will decide whether or not they agree to the changes. Balido enthusiasts will need to wait a while longer for the resumption of the daily draw and the weekly Sunday lottery draw. Since Labor Day, after the contract for Brad's Gaming Group Limited was not renewed over alleged breaches of terms and conditions, the Balido and lottery draw have been absent. But according to Prime Minister John Bresenio, the wait will soon be over.
If we do something, we have to do it well. We can't just do it for do its sake. The cancelling of the Bolido contract from the previous managers was not done just out of, it was not done out of malice. It was done simply because they were not following the agreement that they signed on to. But now that we have decided that now the government is going to own it, we are putting the proper infrastructure and wanting to ensure that we'll be able to get a fair share. I could assure you that despite these 5 years and 5 months that they've not been working, once we start to change, hopefully in the next few weeks we'll be able to launch the Bolido. I believe that because of the new structure we're going to put, we will be earning more than what we were earning before with the other company that was managing it.
The plan revealed by the government following the Brad's non-renewal was for regional master agents countrywide who would manage a completely electronic system along with various vendors. Those contracts have been put out to tender, but their winners have not been revealed. It is estimated that more than 35,000 persons in Belize live with some form of disability, and over the years, efforts have been made to raise awareness about their condition. There have also been initiatives geared at creating greater inclusivity in the workplace and in public spaces. A collaboration between the Belize Assembly for Persons with Diverse Abilities, BAPDA, and Institute for Technical and Vocational Education and Training, ITVET, seeks to do just that. A scholarship fund is being created to benefit persons with diverse abilities to partake in development courses at the ITVET. President of the BAPDA, Kenrick Teos, expanded more about the initiative and its overall goal.
We're trying to get people to show interest first of all, and then specifically one of the courses they're offering is a computer-aided drafting or drawing, you'd say. And they have other courses as well, which has to do with, for example, with hair braiding and hairdresser. They have for nail technicians. They have even food preparation courses that a person who's disabled in a wheelchair is able to take. We are trying to get persons interested in the main one being the one with the computer-aided drafting, because it's easy to do. Any person in a wheelchair or otherwise disabled can do it from their home, and it's something that is sought after readily by people in the construction industry, hotels, even individuals wanting to build a home. They would need to have a design that is suitable for the Central Building Authority to accept and approve.
The hope is to provide 10 scholarships in the first instance, with the goal of increasing this number to include more persons with diverse abilities across the country.
A lot of times in Belize, the disabled are left to fend on their own. That is forced independence, and some of them are not really ready for that. But then the ones who are able to fend for themselves, whether by working or through assistance from other persons, that's important to have them feel as independent as possible. The more independence a person has, the more they will strive to do and to be. And I think by educating them, that person to have something that's a viable option for employment, for work, or to open their own small business is important and critical in Belize at this time.
Okay, so how many scholarships are you targeting, and how much funds would you hope to be able to get from sponsorships to make this happen?
Well, the work starts today. We are looking to get at least for 10 persons, and when I go to the office today, we're going to send out our letters and start to ask people to help to sponsor. They might not be full sponsorship in the sense that we can pay the entire, it's a 10-month course. We might be able to pay the whole 10 months, but at least we can either partially assist, and then those who outshine, maybe we can then go a little bit more for them. But definitely we want to see how we can best assist.
The initiative, according to General Manager for IT Vet in Belize City, falls directly in line with the institution's mantra of inclusivity.
We try to be as inclusive as possible. So we want to ensure that every Belizean has an opportunity to do a course and become skilled. Whenever a person gets skilled in any program that they want, we reduce at least one social problem in the community. And for persons with disabilities, we have the computer-aided drawing, which only requires your hands and your brains. Okay. Another thing that we do is the small appliance repair. And I must say that whilst I don't have anyone in my family that is disabled, I have a good friend who worked for me that is disabled. And when I went to visit him once, he cuts yard with lawnmowers and weed eaters. And when I went to visit him once, he had a weed eater that he was repairing on his desk and in a wheelchair. And that motivated me to say, well, they can do this as well. So we have that. As we also have cosmetology. Some of the programs that we will not offer them are things that could be dangerous, like welding, electrical, and so on. But they can do vehicle electrics as well when we open that program.
In order to ensure that the first cohort of this initiative is successful, Ruel Black says they will surely need the support of the entire community.
We would like to make a request to all institutions that would, for example, benefit from AutoCAD, if they can join in the sponsoring of at least partially some of the students that will come for AutoCAD. It is a very a skill high in demand in the construction sector and in the engineering sector in Belize, and we need these people to be skilled here in Belize so that they can do it.
Coming up next, student of Bishop Martin High School wins PCC's Constitution debate. Stay tuned.
Tell me something. You can go anywhere. Another timeline. Another universe. So why do you want to stay and fight to save this one?
Because this is the world where my mom lives. I'm not gonna lose her again. Time has a pattern that it can't help reliving. Different people, different worlds, drawn to each other like magnets. It's my face. You stole my face.
If you were to go into the past, you have no idea what the consequences can be.
Bruce, I could fix things.
You could also destroy everything.
This can't be happening. I completely broke the universe.
Zod, we've been waiting for you.
I created a world with no metahumans. And now there's no one to defend us.
Want some help?
Oh. You are?
Yeah. I'm Batman.
If I can't undo what I did, if I can't get back, there might not be a future. What's the play? Batman, what do we do?
We try not to die.
It's not Clark.
My name is Kara.
I'm Barry. We're Barry. Barry, what are you doing? Our kids are going to want to see this.
Sign up for Smart Share Plan and save big. Whether you're a small entrepreneur starting up your business, a student on a limited budget, or a family trying to save, this is the plan for you. With unlimited SMS, calls, and data, we help you save. Get up to 5 lines for as low as $30 per line monthly, only with Smart. Sign up today at any Smart showroom or sales manager countrywide. So get your business going, share more memories with friends, and be ready for the day with Smart.
Buenos días. 2 boletos para Kikakar, por favor. ¿Ida y vuelta?
54. Ese dinero es falso.
¿Falso?
Sí, este billete es falso.
¿Y por qué es falso?
Porque un verdadero billete de $50 tiene una marca de agua en la forma de un jaguar con la marca de agua y electrotipia de denominación y un hilo de seguridad.
Conozca su dinero. Reconozca el billete falso al verlo. No se confíe en solo una de las características de seguridad. Busque la claridad y calidad de la impresión. Las líneas y el color impresos deben ser nítidas y claras. Sienta la calidad del papel y de la impresión levantada. Ponga el billete a la luz y observe. El hilo de seguridad avantanillada debe formar una línea completa cuando se pone a la luz. La marca de agua y la electrotipia de denominación, el Jaguar, es la marca de agua en los billetes de $100 y $50. El gigante dormido es la marca de agua en los billetes de $20, $10, $5 y $2. El registro perfecto. Las partes del diseño impreso en la parte posterior deben caber exactamente dentro de las áreas sin imprimir en el frente del billete para formar el diseño completo. Revise los billetes de $100 para saber si está el holograma del tucán con la impresión sobrepuesta de la flor de vinca per vinca. Inclínelo para ver las imágenes pequeñas del tucán y el numeral 100. Revise los billetes de $50 para saber si está la imagen del pez ángel en color verde plateado. Mira más cerca. Utilice luz ultravioleta para ver los elementos fluorescentes. Utilice una lupa para ver las letras más pequeñas que leen Central Bank of Belize y el valor del billete. Detenga la circulación de los billetes beliceños falsos. Pasa todas las falsificaciones a la policía inmediatamente. Es una ofensa criminal guardar o utilizar falsificaciones. Esté a salvo, esté seguro, conozca su dinero.
The People's Constitution Commission, in collaboration with the Belize High School, held
At first I was a bit nervous, but later it
The People's Constitution Commission, in collaboration with the Belize High School, held its first national high school debate in Belize City on a Friday, September 29th. The question that was put forward for debate was, are our fundamental rights and freedoms listed in Part 2 of the Constitution enough? Students from 8 high schools across the country took part in the event, including one young student from Bishop Martin High School here in Orange Walk Town. 15-year-old third form student Joshani Carballo took up the challenge after her school was invited to participate in the event. Joshani joined the 4 students from various other high schools and embarked on the task of learning more the constitutional reform and the role young students can play in the process.
At first, I was a bit nervous, but later it morphed into excitement because this is something that's almost never happened before. And I felt so good that I was able to be a part of it. And also, I feel it is very important that the youths have a say in the Constitution, considering that it does affect them. It took hours to prepare for it. We would start meetings at 6, not end around 8, and after the meetings, we would still be researching more as to how we could improve the topics.
Talk to us about the areas that your group focused on, and then you, as an individual, as a participant.
So we focused on education, healthcare, and right to own land. But the main objective was how to break the cycle of poverty. So education helped people with work, helping people to get off the street, land, to be able for someone to have a place where they could stay. And for healthcare, when you get sick, some people don't have enough money to be able to afford it, and then they end up dying.
Joshani and her team managed to emerge victorious in the debate with their focus of the fundamental rights to education, land ownership, and healthcare, all issues which she says affects the youths of today.
I feel it is important that people take part in these stuff because it shows that it's not only about the bigger people and more about the Belizeans as a whole. So especially the youth, since they are the voice of tomorrow. To relay the conversation to them, it would be important for us to talk to them in a manner that they understand, because we don't want to use big fancy words that they won't understand and later have them forgetting. So it's important for us to reach out to them in a way that they would understand it. For example, I'm pretty sure a lot of students don't read the newspaper, they don't watch news, so putting it on social media, and social media would be a nice place to put it on.
Joshani's participation in the national event, according to the Vice Principal of Bishop Martin High School, highlights the school's commitment to collaboration and inclusion.
When they informed us that they're going to be working with this national debate and it involves the reforming of the Constitution, our teachers jumped on it. They were very excited about it, and we managed to get our students to participate in it. Mainly the high schools that participated in this national debate were from Belize City, and it was a bit of a challenge since the other high school students, we couldn't meet face to face, but thankfully due to technology, our teachers are able to have virtual meetings that they held after classes. Most of the students that participated were from Nazarene, EP York, San Pedro High School, even Ocean Academy. So, so the interconnection and that collaboration between students was on par, and it assisted them to even increase their social skills and their interacting skills when it came to the debate. Furthermore, the 2 teachers that were very instrumental in assisting Joshani and her team from our school were Mr. Sergio Rivas and Ms. Carmen Trejo, who worked very diligently with Joshani and the debate team members from that team to meet regularly and to per se be guided by what were the rules of the debate process that they needed to follow.
Able to expose its students to vital national happenings like the ongoing constitutional reform, according to Vice Principal Judith Rivas, was also vital importance for the institution.
I am very much excited and happy that Joshani took up the challenge, and she herself was excited about engaging in the constitutional reform and focusing on Chapter 2 of the reform, actually. And the research that she carried out along with other assistant students who were helping her through the process. So involving students in this magnitude to not only think about what is affecting me as a child now, but thinking farther ahead in the future, what is affecting me and how ultimately it's going to affect me and what it is that I can do now. So it's very important for students to look at different aspects of their life and how they can make a change starting from now.
An 8-year-old special needs child is tonight clinging to life at a hospital in Belize City. 1 week ago, Edmir Correa fell at school and began experiencing numerous seizures. As a result, he was rushed for medical assistance. However, shortly after, he entered into a coma. Apart from worrying about Correa's health, his family also needs to deal with the mounting hospital bill. While the child's mother and father are currently taking care of him, his aunt in Libertad says the 8-year-old is fighting for his life. Presently, Edmir is in need of 11 bags of blood and his family is looking for donors.
Just mean like they ask if they could give only support for like help for medication and for the like for the therapies where me I need like cause they can't walk and then things. So if they could help and support the parents, cause right now he pan of the step pan of the work cause I dey help him out for mine, I understand. And then actually like I say anything with them with a help in our lead donation is still what a good or what they want give them, but make them just like contact a mommy, you understand? That I just say a auntie, but then that my lead nephew. So if they could just like help them for make it get through a way to go through and you don't want these special eds child and just like last year too he man dropped the same thing but this year too he get it dropped way more better because then he man can like only coma and but finally it only like recover but still you I need the therapies for make it like let more better.
You told me that he fell at school last week.
Last week he dropped down the school and then Russian how the Kayo, then the Russian ability setting at the night. So that's why he ended up right this from last week. Him in the form of because he catch like 7 seizures and then that will make him kind of not the function so good. So the doctor man like do a CT scan for make them and check that when it happen with the brain for say like him and if it takes on her food but like our parents never really have the money so you never can like support faith, you understand? But if they want to help like for buy the baby medication for make everything work out good, so we may kind of appreciate that. Actually every day I saw how they do and how they react and everything, but they said that you see they recover, but then you don't know how he react right now to after when the medication then don't pass. Yeah, so that's why but she said like you gotta need like some therapies for make it recover.
And the doctors have diagnosed him with a certain disease or something?
Well, actually he had a funny brain because like how when he man small, he man never take a full acid of folic acid call it that make him special. So that the true cause that he got that problem because the man never like take a sufficient medication he should have been take.
And the baby have other brothers and sisters?
He have only one brother.
Older than him?
Like 12 years. But right now I have him with me because Chukas and nobody at home, so I may have to mind him right now. And well, I just ask for prayers so yeah, for make it get better, you understand?
Since Edmir's unfortunate incident, his family has carried out several fundraisers to foot the medical bill. This coming Saturday, the Chan and Correa family will have a barbecue sale and the public is being asked to purchase a plate.
Saturday and we are doing the barbecue sale like for 12 o'clock and the price that $8 if they want support or then go support to anything is still right that's what I'm my house. So, if you want to make orders, or you just contact my sister, contact my Facebook, Benita, and then or Auntie Clarity, you could contact, and then we like send the thing.
Those wishing to be part of the story of Edmir Correa's recovery can make direct financial contributions to Belize Bank account number 241-365-0101000 under the name of his mother, Sophia Chan. The family is available for further information at mobile number 602-2861, or you can also order your plate of barbecue. The Institute of Archaeology is inviting sky watchers to enjoy the upcoming annular solar eclipse at various Maya plazas in Belize. The eclipse can be seen on October 14 from Lamanay in Orange Walk, Cerro Maya in Corozal, and Altunha along the Old Northern Highway. A solar eclipse occurs when the moon passes between Earth and the sun, thereby totally or partly obscuring the image of the sun for a viewer on Earth. As annular solar eclipse occurs when the moon's apparent diameter is smaller than the sun's, blocking most of the sun's light and causing the sun to look like an annulus ring. The eclipse will be seen across the Americas from the western United States, Canada, and Mexico to Central and South America. The time of visibility will be around 9:30 in the morning, and the sites will be open at 8 a.m. The Ministry of Rural Transformation, Community Development, Labor, and Local Government has reconstituted the Labor Complaints Tribunal. The move was made on September 26th. The tribunal was appointed by Honorable Oscar Requena, Minister of Labor, in accordance with Part 16 of the Labor Act, Chapter 297 of the Substantive Laws of Belize, Revised Edition 2020. Its primary objective is to provide a fair and impartial appeal process to address complaints related to unfair dismissal or wrongful termination. The tribunal is comprised of 5 members, including an attorney at law nominated by the Chief Justice, a representative of the workers nominated by the National Trade Union Congress of Belize, NTUCB, a representative of the employers nominated by the Belize Chamber of Commerce and Industry, BCCI, a representative nominated by the Minister of Labor and the Commissioner of Labor, who serves as an ex officio member. The members of the tribunal are as follows: Nazira Ann Miles, attorney at law; Chairperson Jacqueline Marshallek, SC, attorney at law, nominated by the Chief Justice; Jacqueline Jex, nominated by the BCCI; Ella Waite, nominated by the NTUCB; and Risela Dominguez Pat, Commissioner of Labor, ex officio member. The Ministry of Labor reaffirms its commitment to administering the labor market in a lawful and equitable manner. The Labor Complaints Tribunal serves as a platform for resolving disputes and emphasizes the protection of the rights of both workers and employers, ensuring fairness and justice prevail. Individuals wishing to bring forth a case before the tribunal are encouraged to contact any labor office countrywide or email complaints at tribunal@labowr.gov.bz for further guidance and information. And that's news. We invite you to join us for another newscast on Wednesday, October 4th here on CTV3 and Fiesta FM 106.7. Remember that to read a text version of the news, you can visit our website at CTV3BelizeNews.com. You can also log on to our Facebook page for current stories at Facebook.com/CTV3BelizeNews or our YouTube channel at CTV3NewsBZ. Remember to wash your hands and remain safe. From all of us here at CTV3 News, thank you for watching and listening. Good night.